Hello, Ignite family. I'm so excited to be able to bring you another video, another word. As you know, in the last video, I started a series called Relationship. And it's during this series, we're going to be looking at God's top 10. We're going to be looking at the 10 Commandments and how through the 10 Commandments, God has shown us the principles of relationship with Him as well as principles for our relationship with others. In the last video, we talked about the principle of priority and putting God first and foremost above all other things. And this week, I'm going to be talking about the principle of purity. Now, the second commandment is to not have any idols, any carved images, or bow down to any of these things. And you might be thinking, well, what does that have to do with purity? Well, God knew that when He redeemed the nation of Israel out of their bondage in Egypt, He knew that they would be going into other nations, and these other nations had a lot of impure practices. They had a lot of wicked things that they did. And He knew that there was a chance that the Israelites would intermingle with these nations and they would start to practice some of these same impure and wicked things. And He wanted to keep them from doing that because He knew that if they started to act in impurity and they started doing things that were wicked, that it would pull them away from Him and they would not experience the blessings. So how can we apply that to our lives today? Well, the world is full of impurity. It's full of so many wicked things and bad things that we see all the time. Even just watching TV or just going out in public, we see so many impure practices going on in the world today. And if we're not putting God first and we're not saying no to these impure practices and we're not setting up a guard over our heart, God knows that it will draw us away from Him. And we know that His ultimate goal in having a relationship with us is to bless us. And so we need to make sure that we are putting a guard or covering over our eyes, and we're not falling into temptation and doing impure things or starting to practice impure things like the Israelites unfortunately started to do when they went to these other nations. And by doing so, they were cut off from God. They were cut off from His blessings. And God doesn't want that. He wants us to be in a good relationship with Him so that we can experience the blessings. So my challenge for you at this time is to pray and ask God to help you to put a guard up over your heart and your mind on a daily basis so that you can fight the temptations that come and not fall into impure practices which will take you away from God and away from His blessings. I hope this message blesses you, and I hope that you have a great day. God bless you.